Hi guys, my name is Tash and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be giving you my top 5 blacks for your home. I really should have done more of these videos considering I've been in the paint industry for so long, but I digress. We are going to be discussing blacks because I have done a video about whites and I really enjoyed that. And I honestly think that we do not utilize black enough and intentionally as well. Like we may have a black TV, a black chair, but when it comes to actually painting our rooms and actually utilizing black as an accent, we do not do it enough. And so I hope that these 5 colors will push you in the right direction, hopefully, and maybe you will paint a door or even an entire room in these colors. So the first color that we're starting off with is called Black Hills by Hames. And I quite like this color because it's more of an off black, and you'll find that with most of these colors they are, because as much as I do love that true black, a lot of the time it's too strong or too stark for most people's places. So I really like giving a more charcoaly version of it, and this is a great one. It's not too noticeable that it is an off black, but it's a relatively balanced neutral black, whereas sometimes you can have some blue blacks, green blacks, yellow blacks, and every other black in between, and I find this one has a really nice balance to it. I don't really recommend this one too frequently, but I do feel like it's a bit of an underdog, so say with that what you will. Number 2, for anyone here in Australia, you've probably heard this one a million times before, but that is called Monument by Colorbond. Now this color is extremely popular, particularly with roofing and fences and even window treatments. This one tends to be more of an outdoor or exterior color. However, it can be transported inside as well. And this particular color looks great with greenery, which is why it is an exterior color. But if you've got a lot of plants, this is a fantastic backdrop for those plants because it has that little bit of a warmer undertone to it, more of like a yellowy green. And so it really means that your plants are going to pop. The other thing I like about this color is that because it is so popular, everyone knows it. You just have to say the name and people know what it is, and for them to not look at you weirdly, which surprisingly actually happens quite frequently, because if it's not a color from their particular range, they may not be able to make it. But Monument seems to be like a really great standard that everyone seems to have. Alright, now we're switching it up a little bit. This one's a bit of a classic color, so if you really like that like black and white sort of look, I find this particular color is perfect for it, and it is called Domino by Dulux. And I quite like this one because it's a little bit on the cooler side, as does most Dulux colors tend to be, particularly their neutrals. This one is a little bit cleaner, and I find that this particular color is really great for, as I said, that more monochromatic look. So if you really want to stay within those neutrals and, you know, having just that one little pop of color being this black color, this is a fantastic color for that particular instance. I don't necessarily think it's perfect for every instance, like if you're wanting to incorporate different colors, this particular color may not be right for you. However, if you are wanting to go for that classic sort of look, I think this is honestly one of the best colors out there. Now, for my American friends that do watch, you may have noticed that these colors may not necessarily be available in your country. So this is one of my favorite blacks from an American brand called Sherwin-Williams, and that is called Black Magic. Again, it's more of a charcoal tone. It's just a slight off black. It just has a lot of really awesome depth to it, which is what I think I quite like about it and what I'm personally attracted to. Black Magic is one of those interesting ones because I've never actually seen it properly in person, so I can't really go ahead and say, oh, it's got this particular kind of undertone, it's only going to work in this sort of place. However, from the images that I have at least been able to see and source, I think this is a perfect color for where you're wanting to maybe have a real impactful kitchen or bathroom and you're really wanting to incorporate something bold but classical. I think this is a really awesome color for that. And lucky last, we have one of my favorite blacks, and once you put it up next to like a true black, you kind of go, Tash, that is not a black, what are you talking about? But I still love it nonetheless. It is still a black for the most part, and this black is called Black Cockatoo by Porter's Paint. This particular black has a really wonderful warm yellow-green sort of undertone. It looks great in the exterior, but it can look fantastic interior as well. And I think my favorite thing about this is just how warm it is. Sometimes I think people get a little bit scared about using black because it is such a bold color, but when you add some warmth to it and you have other items in your space that have some warmth, it can really look really beautiful and look like it was meant to be there forever. And honestly, it's such an underrated color that I don't think many people know about, but it is definitely probably in my top 2. That is hard for me to narrow down, in all honesty, with all these gorgeous colors. So yeah, this one, if I was to recommend any of them, Black Cockatoo. But yeah, that is it for this video, guys. It's my short little list on the top blacks, particularly here in Australia, and interior wise, I think these all work really lovely. If you are struggling to try and find a space to incorporate black, just start somewhere small, even if it's just on a door or even painting a piece of furniture first before you go ahead and expand it to perhaps a room or a feature wall. Black is one of those really beautiful grounding colors, and because we use so much white, it really makes a really strong impact while also still being a neutral as well. I hope this has really helped you guys narrow down your search for the perfect black. Make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe, and I'll see you next video.